English teacher for today. Welcome to the Eigo Love YouTube channel. So today we are going to learn English or study English by looking at love quotes. So I love talking about love, so I was really excited for this video. So I chose some of my favorite love quotes to share with you today. So let's go ahead and get started. Our first quote is, "You always gain by giving love." And this is by Reese Witherspoon. So in some cultures, I know love is not a commonly used term or phrase, but in English we use it a lot, and giving love is not restricted to our wife, husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, but we give love to family, to friends, to children, to just people in general. And so this isn't strictly romantic, but it means we get a lot, we get benefits by giving love to people. And I really like this idea. All right? So our next quote is, "Love is a friendship that has caught fire." And this is by Ann Landers. So fire is frequently used in English when talking about love. It refers to or represents passion. If your romance has fire or spark, it means that you have a lot of passion. On the other hand, if your relationship has lost its spark, or if the fire has died out, it means your relationship is in trouble. We also sometimes use the phrase burning passion, which is again a reference to the fire. Okay? And so in this case, it means that love is a friendship with passion. And to catch fire means to begin to burn. If you say it has fire, it doesn't have the same meaning or impact because it implies that there has always been fire, so we just don't use it in this way. If you want to use fire in regards to love, you want to say catch fire. On the other hand, if you're using spark, you can say we have a spark or we don't have sparks, something like that. So in that case, you can use have, but not for fire. Okay? Great job. So moving on, we have, you don't marry someone you can live with. You marry someone you cannot live without. And this quote is unknown author. Okay, so it means that some people, they don't love everything, but they can bear it or ignore it. That's what dealing with means, to just put up with. You're not happy, but you can survive. And so the author's saying that that's not who you're supposed to marry. You're not supposed to put up with things or deal with things. So what the author is saying, you marry someone that you can't live without, that you can't imagine not having in your life. Okay? Good job. All right, moving on to our next quote. "You know you're in love when you can't fall asleep because reality is finally better than your dreams." And this is by Dr. Seuss. So the reason is that reality is finally better than your dreams. In other words, real life is now better than your dreams. So this finally gives the impact of that before it wasn't, but now it is. So it represents that change, and that's important in this quote. So you are now happy, so you weren't before. And so you are so happy that you can't fall asleep or you don't want to. In other words, when you don't want to fall asleep because you are so happy, it means you're in love. All right. Our next quote is, "Love is an endless act of forgiveness," by Beyonce. I just love Beyonce, so. So this means that to love, you have to keep forgiving. So it means that the person that you love, they're gonna make mistakes. People aren't perfect. And so to love someone means to forgive those mistakes and move on. Okay, our next quote is, "You had me at hello." And this is by Jerry Maguire. So at hello means the first time we met. And so it's like love at first sight. So from the first time they met, the author fell in love. In other words, I fell in love with you at first sight, or you had my heart at the first time we met. I think this is very sweet. All right, and our last quote for today is, "You are my sun, my moon, and all my stars." And our last quote for today is, "You are my sun, my moon, and all my stars," by E.E. Cummings. So in other words, it means you're my whole world. So he's saying, you know, you're this, and you're this, and these are very big ideas. So you're my whole entire world. It means I love you very much. Okay? Great job. So that was all of the love quotes that I have chosen for today. If you are still unclear or confused about something, please leave a comment and ask me about it down below. I'm happy to help explain, but I hope you like this kind of video. Let me know if you want to see more. Go ahead and give this video a like and subscribe down below so you can see more of my videos and other English teachers' videos. And I will see you next time. Have a good day. Bye-bye.